Welcome to Building Brainwaves episode number 2. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I want to talk about something that is a little bit more serious. Are you ready to get serious? I think so. I want to get into one of the major setbacks that I experienced while I was recovering from OCD and anxiety. This was all about the way that I responded to thoughts and feelings that I didn't like, and it manifested itself in two different ways. The first was in the form of running from thoughts and feelings, and it went like this. I would have a scary thought pop into my head. What if my life is actually the Truman Show and all my friends and family are fake? What if I hate cats? What if I love cats? What if I forget to wash my hands and I contaminate myself and my family and we die? Should I eat this? And once I experienced one of these scary thoughts, I would immediately try to push it away by using a compulsion. I wanted as much distance as possible between me and that scary thought or that scary feeling, and I would exert extreme amounts of mental energy to keep these thoughts and feelings at bay. And this led me to essentially being on high alert and monitoring my thinking 24/7 just to make sure that I was only experiencing the thoughts and feelings that I really wanted to experience. Now, I don't know if you've ever done the exercise where you tried not to think about something. For example, right now, if I gave you instructions to not think about a big yellow school bus, just don't think about it. Chances are you just thought about one thing, a big yellow school bus. Now imagine it's your goal to never think about a yellow school bus again. So you set a reminder in your phone on repeat every 5 minutes to not think about yellow school buses. That's kind of what OCD and running from thoughts is like. And as you might imagine, it's a bit of a counterproductive cycle that actually leads to you thinking more about the thing that you don't want to think about. So what did all this thought monitoring and running from thoughts lead to? A ton of anxiety. And my reaction to the anxiety was very similar to the way that I reacted to the thoughts initially. I wanted to get away from the anxiety as quickly as possible, so I did everything I could. I looked up relaxation techniques, breathing exercises, I exercised obsessively, and I obsessed about my sleep, all in an effort just to see if I could mitigate this anxiety that I was experiencing. It basically created a never-ending rat hole that just amplified my anxiety, created more scary thoughts to run from, and left my brain feeling like a sad, deflated balloon. Sad. So that was the first way that I experienced this setback. The second way I experienced this setback came after I learned about exposure and response therapy, which is all about embracing the thoughts and feelings that you have. But at some point, I took this concept of exposure and response therapy to the extreme, and I basically felt like I could use it as a tool to eliminate all of my anxiety, which that's a bad idea. In this, I started going out of my way to consistently experience things that made my anxiety go through the roof. And like any compulsion, it actually worked in the short term. My brain would condition itself to the existing anxiety on one subject, but it was only a matter of time before something else popped up that I felt like I had to face before I could deem myself as being better or recovered. Did I really just do air quotes? Whoops. The bottom line with this is that exposure and response therapy had basically become another way to just control my anxiety. It became a compulsion. And anytime that you're exerting effort to control your anxiety, you're just digging yourself deeper. So to sum everything up, running from and chasing thoughts and feelings are two sides of the same coin. They're both compulsions and they're used to control the anxiety that you're experiencing. And if you want to get better, you have to stop trying to control it. I've come to believe that thoughts and feelings are like trees that you see in your everyday life. You might sit under one for a little bit, and you know what? Maybe it will be really bad at giving you shade. And as a result, it might not maximize your comfort in that given moment. Does this mean that you need to hate that tree and do everything you can to eliminate it from the earth? Absolutely not. Let the trees be there. You don't need to run from them, and you don't need to chase them. Regardless of what you do, they're going to be there. So just let them be. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Whisper. I never actually wanted to eat a Santa Claus.